Okay, my film uses the thriller genre. It uses codes and conventions such as the chase scene, the use of the hammer, pouring petrol and dropping of the cigarettes and etc. The typical thriller elements are used mainly to create suspense and effect. However, the chase scenes and majority of the action takes place in broad daylight. Therefore, this challenges the thriller genre, as you would expect these to be set at night time. Okay, in my film, the actors are Asian teenagers who are above the age of 18. Both of those whom are male characters and would be from a middle class background. The cast of the narrative are Asian, which is unconventional in such thriller genres because you would usually expect them to be either black or white, as one of whom are criminal masterminds while the other is the victim. They would come under category E, as 10% of the population would be children and youth. Is that?
The film company that would most likely produce a typical thriller type of film would be, well, for this film would be a low budget company like Film 4. This is because they often produce films based on true stories or documentaries, and as our film is also directed at quite a young age, Film 4 tend to do this quite often. Such examples are The Last King of Scotland, Deep Water and The Road to Guantanamo. However, you could say it's been influenced by 20th century fox, as it's got a lot of thriller elements, and yeah, that's about it. However, although it's just the opening of the film, storyline keeps the audience in suspense and can also attract and become maybe a big budget venture.
Okay, I do agree with him. I also think that a low budget company such as Film 4 would be interested, and mainly because they produce films which would relate into real life, and it's aimed at youth audiences such as myself, and again it's influenced by 20th century fox film. Okay, the audience of my media production largely would be teenagers and youths, mainly males who are in middle and low classes. Although the cast involved 2 Asian characters, it would apply to all ethnicities. I would be under. Actually, can I just stop that? Okay, the audience of my media production largely would be teenagers and youths, mainly males who are in middle and lower classes. Although the cast involved 2 Asian characters, it would apply to all ethnicities. I would be under grade E, the demographic group E, as audience would be teenagers. Okay, we have attracted the audience through our cunning storyline, as it involves a lot of consists a lot of action, consists of mainly chases. It has a unique storyline which appeal to youth and teenagers. I would attract my audience by using promotion methods such as handing out leaflets and putting up posters. Okay, basically everything was new to me, because this was a whole new subject for me, so I had to learn from scratch. So I had to learn how to use a camera to start with, set up the tripod and etc. So firstly I learned how to set up a camera, obviously. Then I learned how to use different variety of shots and pan and etc. In terms of editing, I learned how to use the Final Cut Pro, the program Final Cut Pro. That's it, really. Yeah.
On you, Luke.
Okay. Can you do that again? Okay. I'm already aware of using the camera from my preliminary task. Example: how to set up the tripod, set up the camera, how to put the tape in, and etc. Therefore, this made it easy for me to film for my production. From constructing the production, I learned how to use the Final Cut Pro for editing for my production. I have also learned how to use the blog. In addition to that, I learned a variety of shots such as panning, tracking, framing and tilting.